spend a day with me at the Boca Aquarium. So I did my research, and I clearly saw it's inside a jewelry store, and the whole thing lasts less than an hour. But who am I to listen to what the internet says, right? First lesson I learned in my IT class: ignore all logic.
Okay, so if you somehow missed the train wreck, the total train wreck that is the Boca Aquarium, let alone the response from the Boca Aquarium, then you need to buckle up because it's very wild. And I know I'm a bit late to covering this. I probably am like a week too late on this one. But honestly, I keep seeing their responses and it's just making me want to cover them because they need to take some accountability, but I don't think that's going to happen. First, I'm going to break down the whole drama in case if you haven't heard about what I'm talking about, and then we're going to cover the response. So let's just get right into it. So a TikTok influencer named Corey Ray, who's known for posting videos about things to do in Boca Raton, Florida, recently shared a video about her visit to the so-called Boca Aquarium. A couple of weeks ago, Corey, who I hope I am saying her name correctly, I'm going to link her TikTok below. But anyway, a couple weeks ago, Corey decided to take her two young kids for what she thought would be a fun educational outing. She packed up the diaper bag, expecting to spend a couple hours there at least, looking at all the marine life, what the so-called aquarium said that they had to offer. But when she arrived with her kids, she found herself right in front of a jewelry store.
Tell me why I thought I was taking my kids to the aquarium when it turned out to just be a jewelry store with a few tanks. And yes, I did my research. Now I understand why it was free entry. I wasn't mad, just disappointed because the kids got bored really fast. Online, they advertised it like it was a whole aquarium. It's literally called the Boca Aquarium. So imagine my surprise when I saw a bunch of glass cases and a security guard having to let me in. The staff was nice though, so I decided to just go through with it. The kids did enjoy seeing some of the fish and small sharks that they had, but I honestly don't think I'll be back just because it wasn't what I expected and didn't hold my children's attention span long enough to continue coming back. I would recommend this if your children were under 2 years old and you just wanted to get out the house, but I wouldn't consider this an actual outing for kids. So just keep that in mind. Bye.
And you might be thinking, if you're like me, how didn't she know this ahead of time? It seems like something that would be hard to miss. Well, if you type in the Boca Aquarium, it has 4.7 stars, and you'll see photos of different sea creatures, and it all seems pretty legit. And that's just looking at the Google listing. Now, if you go to their website, it seems like a real aquarium. As soon as you click into the site, it says, "Discover Boca Raton's most enchanting family destination." That's quite a promise. That's quite a title for your website. It also says that there are coral reefs, shark tanks, touch tanks, and more. It even said it's the perfect place to bring your class for a field trip, which is insanely misleading since field trips are supposed to be between 9 and 1 o'clock, like a 3 or 4 hour thing, and this is a jewelry store with a couple of fish tanks. But the website really does, like I said, make it seem like a legitimate aquarium. Its mission says that it is to educate, inspire, and captivate our visitors with the beauty and diversity of the marine environment. We strive to promote conservation through education, highlighting the importance of marine ecosystems and the steps we can take to protect them. Through our exhibits and educational programs, we aim to foster a deeper understanding and appreciation for the world beneath the waves. And if you do dig a little bit deeper into the website, it does say that it's located in a jewelry store. But let's be real. Even if you caught that detail, the rest of the site is hyping it up as Boca Raton's most enchanting family destination. So naturally, you would probably expect more than a couple of sad fish tanks. Honestly, it's not that different from a pet store. Except, a pet store isn't out here branding itself as an aquarium. And I actually saw a lot of funny responses to this. People talking about how, a pet store doesn't call themselves an aquarium. Someone said, "Oh, I have extra bedrooms in my house. Does that make me a hotel?" Here's one that I found really funny.
Took the kids to the beach today.
Now, the owners of this so-called aquarium or jewelry store, it's hard to say what we're supposed to call it. We have two options after all. They could have just ignored the video altogether. It wasn't as if this creator was bashing them. All she was doing was just giving parents a heads up of what to expect if you're bringing your kids to this aquarium. So they could have just ignored that, or they could have leaned into it and said, "Yeah, we might not be your typical aquarium, but it's free to enter. We get a tax break, probably, allegedly. And hey, it's something to do with the kids." But they didn't choose either of those grown-up, mature options. They're doing something that I've never seen a business do before. I think that they think they're that Wendy's Twitter account that I see, and I think it's Wendy's. I'm not sure. It's very unhinged, but it's funny. Whereas this is just really pathetic and very attention seeking.
Spend a day with me at the Boca Aquarium. So I did my research, and I clearly saw it's inside a jewelry store, and the whole thing lasts less than an hour. But who am I to listen to what the internet says, right? First lesson I learned in my IT class, ignore all logic. So I came prepared. Bag of snacks, water, beach blanket, just in case it turned into SeaWorld. Eggs, maybe I could trade them for gold. Have you seen egg prices lately? A diaper bag, not for my kid, but for whoever dares to piss me off. And of course, my cooler. I never leave the house without it.
Welcome! Come on in!
Then I walked in. Surprise? It's a jewelry store? With fish tanks? Not quite the aquarium I imagined, even though that's what Google says about the definition of aquarium. But okay, slay. Anyways, horrible time. Bye.
Yeah, can you imagine being the woman in that video and agreeing to do that video? It's giving massive mean girl energy. And I think I would know because I have been accused of having massive and major mean girl energy, specifically on my daddy-daughter videos, because I guess it's mean to think that this is a little strange. So yeah, they went that route, whatever you would call it, immature, unhinged, I don't know. But whatever you would call it, it definitely speaks volumes about their character and their overall approach to running a business, especially since the woman who made the original video, again, like I said, wasn't even attacking them. She even said that the employees were nice and that's what made her stay, which she probably regrets saying that they were nice now since they are all turning on her, trying to send hate her way. But the Boca Aquarium has continued doubling down with even more unhinged responses, even playing into the rumors that this whole thing is just a tax dodge. And honestly, that's a whole other conversation. Because how does a jewelry store in Florida slap a couple fish tanks up, call themselves an aquarium, and get a tax break? Allegedly. I feel like that approach maybe needs to be reevaluated. And I'd be really curious to know if the fish and other sea creatures in those tanks are actually rescued. I mean, think about it. Their website goes on and on about the owner's passion for sea life conservation. So you'd hope that at the very least, all those fish, sharks, and seahorses were rescued and could not be rehabilitated, not just bred in captivity and bought solely for the alleged tax reasons while slapping a passion project label on them. Anyway, whoever is running this account thinks they're being clever, apparently, with this PR approach. Definitely a interesting PR approach. But I think that most would argue that it's just immature and I would say downright grotesque at times. You have to remember we're dealing with people who post things like this video I'm about to show you that I have to censor.
Witnesses report.
Right now.
It's just all coming off as very pathetic, clueless. They're not reading the room. At one point, they reposted a TikTok that was actually calling them out, but it's like they didn't understand that and thought that this person was sticking up for them. I'm just going to show you it. It seems very clear to me, but not to them.
The people defending Boca Aquarium are so weird to me because some of them are just like, oh, well, you all should have done more research about it. That's the problem. If you go on their website, they are advertised as an aquarium. And only in one spot on their website, in a tiny little text, it says, hey, we are located inside of a jewelry store. It doesn't actually say that, hey, we're actually just a jewelry store with a few fish tanks. And if you look at their reviews on Google, it's a bunch of like 5-star ones. It's like, oh my God, the aquarium's so amazing, all this stuff. A lot of them seem like they're AI generated and it makes it seem like it's a real fucking aquarium. And if you really want to defend Boca Aquarium for being an aquarium, would you consider Bass Pro Shop to be labeled as an aquarium? Yes or no? And if your answer is no, then you can't defend them. And then also for Boca Aquarium to have the audacity to try and shade their customers because they're, exposing them for actually false advertising when they're not actually an aquarium, it's so just weird to me because you are a business, all right? You're supposed to be, promoting sales and whatnot, not promoting shade and doing all this stuff to get drama and attention. That's not what business is about. I just can't believe that people trying to defend this shit, because if their website, their TikTok, and every social media platform they have describes themselves as like this amazing aquarium, and you get there and it's just a few fish tanks with no labels or anything like that, I don't think people are wrong to be mad.
But what I really don't understand about this whole approach is what they're trying to accomplish. Do they think that people are going to be like, oh, wow, they're really sticking it to that TikTok influencer. I want to go support them and buy their jewelry. I think if anything, it's doing the exact opposite. At this point, I just need to have a second light since my light goes out in every single video and I don't charge it. But what I don't understand is how they are getting 1-star review after 1-star review after 1-star review, but it's maintaining a good Google rating. I feel like something fishy, no pun intended, is going on there. And as much as they were trying to bring hate to the original influencer who did a review on them, it didn't work, and actually the whole thing ended up being a really good thing for her.
I have an interview with CBS at 8 a.m. It's a Zoom call, so I don't have to go anywhere this time, but I just wanted to hop on here really quickly and just say thank you to all of the love and support from everybody, but most importantly, the moms who can relate to just being out and about with your kids, especially by yourself, and just trying to make the best for your kids. I just want to say I'm very grateful. My voice sounds a little crazy right now because it's early morning. I gotta get my voice together before I get on this call. But I'm so grateful, and I'm also so grateful for all of the opportunities that have come my way so far, as well as the ones that are to come, because I know this is only the beginning. God is just going to continue to bless me, and I'm so grateful. Thank you, God, for everything, and I just want to give it all to Him. It's been a really interesting, rough last few months, and if you told me a month ago that I'd be on the news for this, I would have never thought. I've always wanted to be on TV, but just didn't think it would be this way. I just wanted to hop on here really quick and say thank you. I'll talk to you guys later.
I think if anything, this aquarium they're going to be looked into more because something is going on, and they're not going to get a bump in sales. They're going to probably get a decrease in sales because people don't appreciate when businesses do this sort of thing. Take some accountability. And here's the thing, if we set the whole tax break issue aside for a moment, or even money laundering thing like some people are suggesting, and trust me, I have many opinions on it. I'm just going to stay quiet though. But if you put all of that aside, they still could have handled this so much better. Like I said, all they had to do was own it. Say something like, hey, we get that this isn't your typical aquarium, but it's free. There's zero pressure to buy or even look at the jewelry. We just genuinely love sea life. It's a fun, air-conditioned way to entertain your kids for a bit. But instead, we have these grown adults running this business TikTok account, thinking that they're showing their haters with humor that probably only a middle schooler would find funny, all while throwing shade and acting petty.
I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now.
All they're doing, though, is just tanking whatever respect that they had left from the community. I haven't seen a single person support them. But honestly, I appreciate Corey's TikTok because if I just moved to the area and was unfamiliar with the Boca Aquarium and I typed in fun things to do for the day, and I saw that an aquarium had 4.7 stars on Google, I would go. But anyway, you guys, I think that's going to be it for this video. Sorry if it ended up being on the shorter side. I actually have a video that I was planning on putting out instead of this one today, but I need more time. It's a new rabbit hole for you guys that I've been debating on doing for a while. You'll understand more as to why whenever I do the video. I have a feeling that the comment section is going to be, we'll see. I think it's going to be interesting. So make sure that you are subscribed if you have not already, so that you don't miss out on that video. Thank you so much to the person that suggested that I look into the Boca Aquarium. I wish I would have done it a week ago because I think I'm about a week too late, but they're still going off with their crazy unhinged responses. So thank you guys so much for being here. I will see you guys in my next video.